He was loud, impulsive, hot-headed. Before he became one of the most important figures in Christianity, Peter was just a fisherman named Simon from Galilee, a man who acted first and thought later. When Jesus called him, Simon left his nets behind and followed him. But Peter's journey was messy. One night during a storm on the sea, Peter saw Jesus walking on water. And for a moment, Peter did the impossible. He stepped out of the boat and walked on water too. But the second fear entered his heart. He began to sink. "Lord, save me." And Jesus caught him. In Matthew 14:28-31, Peter walks on water before fear causes him to sink. Peter loved Jesus deeply, but emotion without faith made him unstable. Then came the night Jesus was arrested. Roman soldiers arrived. Peter pulled out a sword and cut off the ear of a servant named Malchus. In John 18:10, Peter attacks the servant while trying to defend Jesus. He was ready to fight for Jesus. But only hours later, fear took over. 3 different people recognized Peter and said, "You were with Jesus." 3 times. Peter denied even knowing him. And after the 3rd denial, the rooster crowed, exactly as Jesus predicted. Peter broke down and wept bitterly. In Luke 22:54-62, Peter denies Jesus 3 times before the rooster crows. Imagine the shame, the guilt, the regret. The disciple who promised loyalty failed at the worst possible moment. But this is where Peter's story changes. After the resurrection, Jesus met Peter again. Not with anger, not with condemnation, but with forgiveness. 3 times Jesus asked him, "Do you love me?" And 3 times he told Peter, "Feed my sheep." In John 21:15-17, Jesus restores Peter after his denial. Jesus restored the man who failed him. And Peter was never the same again. In Acts chapter 2, Peter stood before thousands and boldly preached about Christ. That day, about 3,000 people were baptized. The same man who once denied Jesus out of fear now proclaimed him without hesitation. In Acts 3, Peter heals a lame man in the name of Jesus. In Acts 9:40, Peter raises Tabitha from the dead. He was imprisoned multiple times. And in Acts 12, an angel miraculously frees Peter from prison. Church tradition says Peter was eventually crucified upside down in Rome because he felt unworthy to die the same way as Jesus. From sinking in fear to standing firm in faith. From denial to fearless devotion. This is why Jesus called him the Rock. In Matthew 16:18, Jesus declares that Peter will be the rock on which he builds his church. And Peter's story proves something powerful. Failure is not the end when grace rewrites your future.